Hello guys, how are you doing? It has been a while since when I did a video about the progress of talking to people, especially graduate students and old people, about how you can handle some things in life and try to expand your knowledge while adapting the situation day after day. I had some challenges. My phone were lost, so I was to grind and work hard to buy the other phone. Um, um, in some previous day, I've been watching some. I've been looking at some medias, and there's this quote which say, "If somebody is doing great at school, don't discourage him, and if somebody is doing great at the street, don't discourage him. Anyone can do better at any place." Yeah, that's cool, but youth need to be very careful because these social media things, memes, and Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, Snapchat, they they assimilate day to day activity that what you're doing. So they try to find out what is your thought. That's why you may see some meme like somebody is so huge and he has a lot of foods on the table and he's like, yeah, I don't care. And people go and post those things like you're fat and you don't do exercises, you eat a lot of fat and you drink a lot of sugar, and you you find the meme, you feel a relief, So sometimes it's one way or another to try to leave some people's mind while you are just spoiling them. Okay. Ideally, what I can say, what somebody will be doing at school is just to develop knowledge. You see, knowledge is sufficient, but some experience and how you adapt little environment is also worth it. Okay, let's say now you're a graduate and you have been pathing with true colors, say A's, B's, and all that, and you're being employed. Okay, yes, you have good marks, but we need you to adapt things. We need you to be flexible. We need you to be creative, yet to meet people. To meet the today's business competition. We need to see creativity, the way you see Apple's, Samsung, Google, Facebook. I think you can be that way when you really challenge yourself to be flexible and adapt life in our stage. Okay, what I was just talking is some student may be lacking this because of the courses and the education system which is delivered. Okay, so it is better if you get to watch my video. It prepares you to really think quick and try to adapt some things in life. Okay, let's say you have a week. Okay, you have a week and you have Saturday and Sunday. Okay, you can just spend every Saturday just reading. You see, reading a beautiful book and try to conceptualize, making the analysis, and try to put yourself on some shoes, trying to see how your mind can just go further and bigger. This comes just due to some things that we see in the street, some things that we see in life that student once they reach to final years of their education, they start to be down, trying to ask some advice, trying to meet the reality in a sad way. They're struggling, they're struggling. But if somebody was prepared at our stage, that could be easy for him to know, hey, now I become this way, now I go that way. Some students ask me, Michael, I'm done with the school, and after some few days I'll have to go back home, but at my home place things are so poor. My parents, the environment doesn't support me. I don't know what to do. You see? So that courtesy of I don't know what to do, it's a challenge. Okay? If you have passed your education well, I think you'll have to know everything and every stage of what you have to do, because you have been subjected to an exposure life, being educated, you're enjoying your schools, you attend classes, you go to college, then you know what's gonna happen next. If you look for jobs, if they threw you away, because you have already prepared for that, you would always find the alternatives and adapt life and quit the world in a unique way. Do you understand? So in my environment, in my country, in Tanzania, okay, the typical experience I see and the typical people I meet, I feel like telling them the truth. It is very bad and it's very sad to teach people, say, physics of about 40 years ago, 50 years ago, while now people are doing quantum physics. People are becoming scientists and entrepreneurial, like Elon Musk. So if you're teaching a student, say, physics, try to teach him to adapt the today environment, because days are still going on. The globalization, the revolution, is going so fast. Because this may impact individually to remain poor in financial resources, poor in thinking, poor in creativity, and poor in innovation. You see? So, better way is to talk to people. Better way is to see if the government can even try to borrow some people from outside the countries to come here and try to share with us what the best way to develop people who can equip the country in a best, better, and innovative way. Being a graduate and choose to work in the street, that is not bad. Such a good idea, because day after day you keep on improving and learning how you can better your life. Being a graduate and you are subjected to the street, you become confused. You start to suffer trauma. You turn into narcissist. You turn into energy drainer. You turn into becoming an arrogant. That's not the best way to feed the society. And if you could have the preparation, if you could have analytical thought prior to that, that would have been such a relief and control measure to go step by step in controlling your life. So, in a friendly way, supportive, kind-hearted, trying to share the knowledge. It doesn't mean that you know everything. It doesn't mean that you will too much. But what do you feel like you can tell people? You better tell them. Like what I do. I just wanna make people not to feel guilty of themselves or not to be sad just because of, say, they are not from rich family. Say they don't have connections with some people with higher government ranks in the country. Say who don't have good networking. That's not true. You see? So what I could say is country to be aware of the education system. Because teaching a student 1 + 1 is equal to 2, that's okay. He may know how to count, but things must go further. Teach him that when you are angry, don't make the decision. Teach him that when you have old cloth or broken bottom top, when you have clothes which have torn out, don't feel shy. That's a part of you. You can wear a t-shirt of $1. You can wear a t-shirt of less than that. You can eat only once a day. So it's a way of teaching people to be flexible while approaching their dream. People face a lot of challenges. Okay, so on the continuation of where I ended on my last videos, I just want to share with you that education is a good thing to people, but I don't want people to believe too much in education like it is the only thing for them to become creative and innovative in a society. Because that belief has created a lot of chaos in the country. When even the student, when they want to, say, a second year student, after a summer, during a summer, semester fall, so he wants to go to a certain company for a practical training. Once he goes there, he finds that the office is full, so he cannot have the practical training. It is an indicator that something is not okay, because if the college student cannot have practical training, how are they going to have jobs? And what are you trying to prepare in the head of that student? Okay? To be trained must be a free thing. Everyone should have the right to go and learn. But once a student, let's say, bring a letter to a certain institution, they tell them, no, it is full. So it seems like there is kind of, is it pretendence or an inappropriate system that the winner is the one who get a chance to have a practical training. Now that's not true. And there is no any university up to this moment has just tried to tell the student, if you don't get a practical training, go for a certain project and bring it to us when we come back to college. Show that what you are doing during the semester 4 regarding your course, regarding your area of specialization. Is that a thing? It's very simple. Let's say you are doing electrical engineering, and the big companies in our country is electricity company, which is TANESCO. Most of engineering students have to go there, and very few. So students, mainly because we have almost, say, 1,000 students from each course, from different faculties, So you may find that only 300 approximately who can just go to those institutions and have chances to have practical training. So once a student don't get that chance, he's stuck because parents don't support, university don't support, some friends don't support, just because of lack of maybe understanding or awareness that a student can do any other thing. So I met one of the students who didn't get a practical training chance. So I told him that, you are doing electrical engineering, and nowadays things are computerized. Can you find, and I asked him what was his hobby, especially in class. He told me he likes doing some things on a computer. It's like, okay, do you have any other friends, or do you know somebody who is better in computer? At least he can teach you graphic design, anything about computer programming, and if you can just relate with your engineering, that can be better. At the end of time, when you come back to college, you may have something different, of which, if let's say you have just learned how to program or how to make the electricity structures and what, people may start to be giving you some money. You never know. So it's like students have to be given variety and range of possibilities, which don't go far away from their schools, courses, and what they're majoring, but again, giving them chances to be better people in future life. You see, because this went further when wealthier family try to make sure their children attend special schools. I'm a bit contradictory with those kind of schools, because what qualify a student to go to special school sometimes is money. you know, and the schools are doing a lot of inappropriate ways to make sure students get good mark. Parents want to bring their children to those schools, but not for creativity, not for innovation, not for knowledge, but for pass mark. Elon Musk has this kind of homeschooling. He gives education to his employees' children. But I totally believe those children from the Elon Musk education system gonna be big. They're going to be creative. But I don't think if that is a special school. Do you understand? So someone, instead of learning, he keeps on asking himself, I must be family member of certain family. My dad was supposed to be my dad was supposed to have friendship with certain family. I have to go for practical training on certain organization. Maybe later they can employ me. Instead of thinking how, at the time of being at school, what he can do better to bring to the society. The impact may not be discovered this time early, but in future time, things are going to be weird, because day after day, the large part of population is adapting the same thing. It turned out that a student, anyone, is feeling unaccomplished when he doesn't attain, say, college. No, you may attain a certain learning system, like say somebody is an electrical engineer. He can teach you how to become engineer practically. That's why during the years of, say, 2000 up to now, education system became a huge business in Africa. Huge business in Africa. People established various institutions which could enroll students with various grading, pass mark. So if a student cannot attend a well-known university, he may opt to go for a certain institution just to have some pre-education over there and find a way to rob the system and go to the higher education. Those small institutions which were started with people sometimes could have quality education. It's just because the society has just become vulnerable with education. So anything that somebody faces, he just get into it. He just want to go, he just wants certificate, don't do that, blah, 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 blah. That's why it is not wondering when you go to certain office, government office, you meet people who are incompetent, completely incompetent. You may ask yourself, what's happening? You see? So, to my friends, my brother and sister, If you're watching this video, just be cool. And every day when you wake up, try to ask God, what is your calling in life? What is your talent? What you can do better with your education? Do you wish to become a teacher? Do something with that. Because when you really work on your talent, you can change the world and make it a better place. You don't have to feel anyhow disappointed. You don't have to feel down. You don't have to scramble in the structure like how you get practical training, how you get how you'll be employed. Be cool, be humble, have wisdom to know that what you learn in some little ways today, what you do, have impact to the society. If you are doing law, you want to become a lawyer, try to read some books during your semester 4. Go to certain society which needs your help. Teach them about law. Through teaching, you may also learn something and better your capacity and skills of law. And you have to know the entire system need to adapt that way. It is enough for today. So I'm just back and I'll go back to my progress and I will be sharing some ideas. So as I said in my previous videos that we are going to have some conversation about cognitive epidemiology, something about psychology, sociology, human behavior, wisdom, and how mind can adapt various ways to better a person. Okay, I call it Goethe. It's kind of weird. Should I say weird? It's kind of a terminology from the English terminology, Earth. It's kind of old. It's kind of older terminology, or it's kind of is it hard? But it means combination of various ideas, philosophy, skills to equip one's wisdom, integrity, and sage life. So you're welcome. See you. Thank you.